Get ready for a bundle of inspiration, entertainment, and pure musical magic. It's the Smiley J Artist Zone, the show that spotlights amazing music creators from around the world with their stories, passions, and soul-stirring artistry. So now it's time to sit back, turn up the volume, and open your heart, and let's vibe together with your hosts, Smiley J.
Hey, beautiful people, it's Smiley J. Welcome to the Smiley J Artist Zone. Now, if this is your first time tuning in, welcome, and hello to all of my regulars. I'm so glad that you're tuning in, all of you. Now, in case you don't know about the show, this is a dedicated space for independent creators worldwide. So if you are a poet, singer, songwriter, producer, this is a space for you because here we highlight all of your creative works and help you expand your fan base. We are going to celebrate all the dreamers, the doers, and the late night creators, and, all of you mic rockers, my DJs, we appreciate you because you march to the beat of your own soul. Yes, you're my kind of people. So you know what? I am going to dedicate today's show to all of my creators worldwide. This show is dedicated to you. And let's keep on supporting each other because, after all, we need each other. Speaking of support, yes, I am now officially in partnership with the company Easy Song. Easy Song is your go-to resource for licensing your music the right way. I say, go ahead and let Easy Song handle all the paperwork for you so that you can do what you do, and that's create. Yes. Easy Song is backed by the Better Business Bureau. Yes, that's what's up. So you can sign up at on my website, smileyjartiszone.com. But wait, don't go there until after the show because I got a great lineup for you today. As a matter of fact, you know what? Let me stop talking and let me go ahead and bring on today's guest. But first, let me tell you a little bit about him. He is a master guitarist, a composer, musical director, and he's also a pillar in the Washington, D.C. music scene. His versatility, soulful tone, and his technical skills make him a sought-after performer, composer, and collaborator. Help me welcome today's guest, Mr. Stanley Cooper. Greetings. Welcome to the Smiley J Artist Zone. How are you today?
Greetings to you, Miss Smiley. Thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you for being here in the midst of your busy schedule. I had to take a number, y'all.
Here we go.
I think I was number 1012. But we're here, and I'm glad to have you here.
I'm glad to be here.
Yes. So I want to talk about, I want to start from the beginning. Let's start with your humble beginnings.
My humble beginnings. How far back do we want to go?
I don't know. You tell me, when did the guitar first whisper your name?
I started playing guitar at the age of 13 years old, growing up in Southwest D.C., listening to the sounds of Michael Jackson and the Osmonds and, all of the R&B music.
Did you say the Osmonds or the Isleys?
Both, the Osmonds and the Isleys. And then coupled with that, in Southwest and Southeast D.C., all of the go-go bands that were in the neighborhoods and that type of thing. So I had influences coming from everywhere, musical influences coming from everywhere.
Mm-hmm. So that's a good thing. So you listen to all genres.
All genres, that's right.
Now, are you self-taught or were you in music school?
I'm self-taught for the most part. Street Academy. That's what I tell people all the time. Street Academy. Yeah, Street Academy. So I am self-taught, grabbed a lot from books, that type of thing, as well as a couple of teachers along the way.
Uh-huh.
And guys who I call mentors and, kind of shared knowledge. Yeah, but for the most part, self-taught.
So, your career spanned decades, right?
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
Yeah.
I never really look at it like that.
Yeah, it has. But wait a minute. I want to go back for a minute. I do want to go back because you said you started at 13, self-taught.
Yes.
Playing in a lot of the local go-go bands, inspired by a lot of artists. So how, as a young musician, did you stay inspired? Because, it's a lot of distractions out in these streets.
Oh, man, it's easy to stay inspired with so much good music on the airways, that type of thing. And although my parents weren't musicians themselves, we always had a lot of music around the house. I remember road trips with my dad. In the summer months, we would go down to the Hampton, Newport News, Virginia area, and he would always play music in the car. It was always Motown. And for him, it was the Four Tops, the Dells, and the Temptations. So we would always, anything else, that to him, that was R&B and soul music right there. Everything else is rock and roll. If it's not the Temptations, the Dells, or the Four Tops, you listening to that rock and roll.
Okay. Nothing else matters.
But we always had music in the house, and my parents were always singing and that type of thing. Although they weren't musicians themselves, they really had a great love for music. So we always had a lot of music in our households.
And that's where it all begins right there. I mean, because we don't really have a say-so as a child. Like, we listen to whatever they're playing, right? And we just, our ear just kind of adapt to it.
Yes.
So, as mentioned, like your career spans over decades, but over these decades, you have built quite a nice reputation, like just for your ability to move skillfully, between the genres. Playing.
I appreciate that. I hope that I do.
You get calls, brother. Yes, that's a good thing. I mean, that's a good thing. You get the calls. Your phone is ringing.
Don't call the home. I do it all.
There you go. Listen, that sounds like a great T-shirt.
All right, there you go.
So, do you have like a favorite genre that you like absolutely love to play? I know you play it all, you do it all, but is it like one particular genre you like? It feels really good.
I like more progressive musical situations where there's a bit of improvisation, a good chance of you, showing your skills and just playing interesting chord changes, interesting musical styles, that type of thing. So it could be any genre, but where there's a bit of improvisation incorporated, that's kind of what I gravitate to the most. So I would say improvisational music forms, be it in rock, be it jazz, smooth jazz, R&B. If there's some improvisation involved, that has my attention.
Gotcha. Now, let's talk about the stage, right? You have shared the stage with so many super talented artists that, some of these artists are actually in my playlist. But I want to talk about the late greats, some of them that you played with. Like, got to mention Chuck Brown. Like,
absolutely.
Roy Ayers.
Yes.
Other folks who are still living, like Lettucey, Brian Culbertson, Bilal. I mean, it's many, like, you have a laundry list. I'll be here all day. I wouldn't even be able to get through this interview.
God is good. God is good. He's seen fit to place me in some musical situations and musical environments. And, I'm definitely, I'm appreciative and thankful. It could have been a whole lot of other people, but, I got the call, as you said, so.
Yeah. They're playing with all these folks. And do you have anybody that you have yet to play with that you would actually love to share the stage with?
Sadly enough, a lot of the folk who I would have loved to perform with have passed on.
Oh, okay.
George Duke was one. I never really got a chance to share the stage with him. I've actually been on concerts, like either opening for him. I've been in situations where we've actually been in jam sessions together. I've actually gotten to play with him in a jam session, but I never actually had the opportunity to perform in his band. So George Duke would definitely be one. I've actually performed with Marcus Miller a couple of times in some other situations.
My favorite.
I have never been like in his band. I think that would be something.
Oh, that would be dope.
That would be great.
Yeah.
In his band, but I performed with him in a couple of different situations.
Well, anything can happen. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and speak this, Marcus, if you listen.
Just keep living.
There you go.
I say, just keep living. Something will happen.
That's right.
Yeah, Layla Hathaway is another favorite of mine. I would definitely love to back her. I've actually performed with her as well, but not in her situation. It was actually a situation with her and Marcus Miller together. So I've actually had a chance to back them, but not necessarily doing her music. So that would be a great opportunity. I guess there's a few more out there. Rochelle Farrell, I'd definitely love to perform with her. When she.
I would love to see all of that. I'm here for it all. Like, I'm here for it. So let's go ahead and talk about Strum Funky. Yes. This new music. 10 songs of really, really cool grooves. Now, I listened to the whole project, and I must say that you gave us a big old pot of a gumbo, jazz and funk, and it's like gumbo, like rich, bold, and or spicy.
Oh, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Excuse my cough. I have a little bit of a cold I'm dealing with. So
Okay.
it's a respiratory situation. But yeah, it's try to mix it up a little bit on there. Show a couple of different sides of what I do. Got a chance to play some smooth jazz and some funky stuff in there. A little tinge of rock. On the next record, to give you a little bit more rock. On this one, I actually played a bit of acoustic guitar too, some Latin type vibes and that type of thing. A lot of people don't know I play acoustic guitar. I do a lot of studio work actually on acoustic guitar. So got a little bit of that on the record. And had to do a little something for DC. We got a handmade song on there, so people gravitate toward that. And I actually got to feature Sugar Bear from Experience Unlimited on that one. So you'll hear
nice. That was a nice edit.
Oh, definitely. He came through. He came through with flying colors. You know, that's a good friend of mine and good character and just a good hearted guy. So, you know, I get wherever I can, you know, shine a light on any of my friends, my famous friends, you know, I do so.
Yeah, shout out to Sugar Bay. He just celebrated his birthday. Ow. Okay. So, like, in all that you do, like you do a lot of studio work, you're on the stage with a lot of folks, you finally settled down with your project. Like, what inspired this project? And where did you find the time? I mean, like, all that you do.
Right. Finding the time part was the crazy part. So I was the musical director for this restaurant in the DC area. And we had live music there like 4 nights a week. And so on one particular night, a smooth jazz violinist by the name of Gerald Damien, who's originally from Detroit, Michigan, he happened to come to the restaurant. And, you know, whenever I heard about artists that were in town or, you know, that were out and about, you know, just through my connects or that type of thing, I would always invite them out to the gig to come hang out, you know, to maybe even sit in, that type of thing, just as a networking opportunity for them as well as for the guys that I had in the band. Because the guys I had in the band, you know, they were just as good as a lot of the people that were on the road. They just needed the exposure. So wherever I had an opportunity to get cast together to do some networking, you know, I'd always, you know, send out an open invitation. So he came out to the restaurant one night and we chopped it up and I got him to sit in. He broke his violin out. He sat in with us. And, you know, we had a nice, you know, repartee. And so after we were talking, he was like, man, I do some production work. I would love to do some production work for you. I'd love to produce something for you. And I was like, okay, well, you know, so we talked further and further and we kind of kept linking up and one link led to a song, then the next link led to another song. You know, it actually started out where I played guitar on some projects that he was producing for some other folk. And he was like, you know what, we're going to do a record on you. And I was like, well, let's have it. And so it just blossomed from there. So shout out to Gerald Damien, Detroit's finest.
Okay, I've seen him perform and he has a lot of great energy just like you. So this is a great collab. You have a lot of other collaborators on this project. You had a saxophonist and you mentioned
my man, my brother Kevin Levi. You know, that's my man right there. We go back like car seats. So I got a chance to feature him on a saxophone and actually to work on a project for him too. He'll be dropping a CD soon.
Oh, nice.
A chance to work on his project. So
nice.
A lot of fun. Yeah.
Love it.
Collaboration on there with my man Eddie Botts.
Oh, keyboardist. Yeah.
Keyboardist Eddie Botts. And he wrote chord changes for the weekend. So I got to give him a shout out.
You showcased your talent, like you mentioned, acoustic. You gave us a little bit of this, a little bit of. You gave us. That's why I call it gumbo. It's just a little bit of everything. I love it.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Now we're gonna play this music, but I gotta ask you this. Now, when you're not performing, recording, what does Stan like to do? Just give us one thing you like to do.
that's not music related, right?
I like to watch movies. I love movies. I like, actually, I like news, just, current events, especially, nowadays with, this whole political climate.
Oh, yes.
So that, I love to play chess whenever I get a chance. I'm kind of an assassin. That's the only thing that I brag about.
Oh, the chat.
Playing chess. That's the only thing I talk trash about when it comes to, music or that type of thing is cool, But when it comes to chess, I love to talk trash.
Okay.
So we're very competitive chess players with my guys. They know about me out there.
But you know what, Stan? I also heard that you had a comedic side. Like, because when I see you, you always breaking up the stage. But I heard you had a comedic side. Or we're not going to just skim past that.
I have an affinity for a good joke here and
So can we expect a little stand up?
A lot of it's funny because a lot of musicians who I know, if they weren't such proficient musicians, they could very easily be comedians. And I know a lot of comedians who are also musicians. They're better comedians than they're musicians. So yeah, the opposite is true. So it's almost like it's a thing that kind of goes hand in hand, or they kind of feed each other.
Mm-hmm.
Before
we get this music on, I like to play some games sometimes, right?
Okay.
But since I know you're a comedian, you got a comedic side. But let's do something more.
Talk to it now.
Game time. This is called game time. We ain't talking about the Commanders. All right.
Okay.
We ain't talking about the Cowboys.
Okay. We definitely not talking about the Cowboys.
We're gonna strike that.
You got to screw that part out. You got to edit that. Hey, bleep that.
Yeah, we're gonna do that. I don't even know about wasting my energy. You can only use one word to describe the artist. Just one word. I know there's probably many words you can use. Just one adjective to describe the artist. You ready?
Yes.
George Benson.
Prototype.
Buddy Guy.
Blues.
Prince.
Inimitable.
I got a bonus one. I got to throw a lady in the mix.
Okay.
Guitar Gabby.
That's a hard one.
Okay.
That's a hard one.
You know why I threw her in the mix?
Why?
I just recently learned about her and I get excited. Like, I love female musicians.
Yeah.
And not only
I was going to say, but it's not one word, but I would say like a bond breaker. It's for women to push those boundaries. There's not one word for that.
Yeah. And I'll take that. That because as mentioned, I recently learned about her and I was like, wow, I was just in awe. Like, not only she's an awesome guitarist, she's an activist, she's a lawyer. She does a lot of things. And I just like women who are unafraid to just do all these wonderful, beautiful things in the world.
Right.
So thank you for that.
Awesome.
So, you've been a DC native and, I have a worldwide audience. Tell the folks one thing you like about DC and why they should visit DC.
Oh, man, DC is a melting pot. It's a little bit of everything that's close together. DC geographically is relatively small, but there is a lot that you can experience and a lot to do. There's a lot of culture in DC. We're the seat of the government, so there's a lot of knowledge there. The arts in DC, second to none in the world. So definitely, if you're in DC, there's a lot to do. If you're a foodie in DC, there's a lot to experience as far as food is concerned. A lot of different types of cuisine, a lot of different styles of cooking, that type of thing. So there's just a lot to experience in DC.
And if you ever in DC, you probably would catch this man somewhere on stage.
Probably.
Our music scene is crazy.
Hopefully,
crazy.
Yes.
But I can't, you know what? I cannot end this. We got to talk about the go-go scene.
Sure.
Like,
absolutely.
The go-go scene, like you mentioned that, you were a great part of the go-go scene. It's anything you want to, because, go-go is like, everybody is like embracing go-go worldwide. Like Japan, they got a go-go band in Japan, Atlanta, Chicago. Like, I'm seeing the love, the go-go band. It's infectious. We know because we're here.
Absolutely.
Like, you want to share a little bit about the culture, our culture, particularly in the go-go scene?
Sure. So I actually perform regularly with the Chuck Brown Band, which is basically Chuck Brown's last band before he passed. Chuck Brown is godfather of go-go. He's the creator of the genre, the creator of the sound. So I'm actually, I'm trying to fill his footsteps as best I can, but I'm actually the guitar presence of Chuck Brown with the Chuck Brown Band. And his son Wiley is the vocal and the frontman presence with the Chuck Brown Band. So if you're in DC or vicinity, definitely check out the Chuck Brown Band. And we're representing Pops well, I think.
Yes, you guys are.
She's doing her thing. So yeah, just I made a promise to myself a long time ago that no matter how far I went in music or with my thing, that I would always keep a place for go-go, because that's where I started. The first bands I played in were go-go bands. And so to this day, I keep a little go-go in the mix. So
yes, and we love it.
So I don't like
the bomb and the happy feet. You all
absolutely. Yep.
Yeah.
I worked with Little Benny back in the day. I was in his bands. I worked with James Funk, with Proper Utensils, and his other bands, the Legends of Go-Go, which is basically a recreation of the original Rare Essence band. I played guitar in that band. So I've been tapped into the pulse of go-go.
And let me just say, we appreciate you adding your skills, because, me being a DC girl, I know all the folks. I was to school with some of the Rare Essence back in Blue. Before we get this music on, I need you to tell, what do you want to present? What song you want to present? Because I have my favorite, but what do you want to present to the audience?
We got to kick it off with Strum Funky. That's my wife's favorite. That's Susan's favorite. So.
That's Cooper. Okay, yeah.
Right. So that is your favorite. So we're gonna start the party with that one.
All right, let's do it. But you know what? I need you to give out the folks your social media handles so they can keep up. They may want to collaborate and work with you.
So I am Strum Funky, one word, Strum Funky on all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, wherever. On all social media platforms, I am Strum Funky, one word, STRUMFUNKY.
Because you got to keep it funky.
There you go. And you can't have fun without a little KY on the end.
There you go. There you go. Now listen we just recently celebrated Independent Artist Month, and I'm glad that we did a whole month dedicated to all my independent creators. And shout out, this show is dedicated to you. I need you to give my folks who are listening, my emerging artists, my seasoned artists, if you could give them a piece of advice, what would that be, sir?
Stay open to everything. Listen to everything. Don't limit yourself. Just take in everything. You have a lot of tools and a lot of resources that are available to you that I didn't have coming up. We didn't have YouTube University. We didn't have all of these videos and that type of thing. So take advantage of all of the information that's out there, and study your craft and try to gain as much knowledge as you can. You can never have too much knowledge. You can never know enough about a thing. If that is your chosen endeavor, learn as much about it as you can, and put the work in. Do the work. Do the work. Nothing comes without effort. Anything worthwhile is worth the work, and it's going to take the work. So put in the work.
Thank you. Thank you for that great piece of advice. And with that said, guys, always be a student of life. Now let's get this music on. Peace. Thank you for hanging out in the Artist Zone.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Let's get this music on. Y'all get a 2-for-1 today. First up is our Strum Funky, dedicated to the First Lady, Mrs. Cooper, a.k.a. S. Coop, followed by Hot Thing. That one right there is for me. Enjoy.
This is singer-songwriter and musician Dana Davis, and you are in the Artist Zone with Smiley J.
All right. It's that time. But I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me to the very end. Y'all my kind of people. And special thanks to today's guest. Yes, thanks, Stan, for hanging out. Now, you know the rules around these parts. If you like what you heard, you go ahead and download the music and add it to your favorite playlists. Now, to all my artists out there, Remember that talent gets you noticed, but hard work ethics keep you booked and busy. And also remember that creativity isn't something you chase outside of yourself. It's already there. It's already inside, waiting for you to dig deep with the bold hands and a stubborn heart. Until next time, I'm going to need you guys to stay well, be safe, and remember to listen to good music. Your ears will thank you for it. I'm Smiley J, and I'm out.